All right, Fantasy Tippler, episode 3. Here we go. First off, what we have in the glass on the rock. Elijah Craig Barrel Poo. I love this stuff. One of my favorite bourbons. Try to find out in the wild. Don't pay over $65 for it though. It's just not the same batch as the one that won Whiskey of the Year a couple of years ago. So it's not. Don't let people try to rip you off. Special congrats to my buddy Jared, who just had his first son tonight, Huston. Came 9 days early. So this one's for you, buddy. Great stuff on that one. That bill was batch number A119 for all you super bourbon freaks. One of my favorites. Not as horrible as the last one. So fantasy news. Here we go. Derrius Guice was released by the Washington team, Washington Red Wolves, who they may be called. I actually like that name. I like that mascot. So due to his arrest for domestic violence. So fantasy impact. I don't want to go into too much of legal trouble. That's not what this show is about. So Adrian Peterson, one of my favorite running backs, for sure the starter of the season. I do not draft him. No. I know Antonio Gibson is appealing now, but he won't be ready to produce viable fantasy points until much later in the season, if at all. So definitely don't waste your draft pick on him. I've said this before. Washington is a hot mess, especially in the running back position. There's only like maybe 2 people I would draft out of the entire team there. So you definitely don't draft any running backs. Don't waste your draft pick on them. Next, Lamar Miller joins the Patriots. Good for him. Always been a fan of his. I'm really happy that he gets to go play for a great team. You know, everybody wants to play for the Patriots at least once in their career, just because, just to say you did. No fantasy impact, nothing. Like, Patriots and Washington are in the same hot pile of garbage when it comes to the running back position. Like, don't go sifting through that. Like, just stay out of that garbage. Especially in the running back position for Washington and the Patriots. Next, Albert Wilson and Alan Hearns are opting out for the season for the Miami Dolphins. Chester Rogers was signed to a 1-year deal to kind of show up the depth chart. So what does this mean? Devontae Parker and Preston Williams kind of get like a slight bump up in my ranking for wide receiver. So there's seriously valuable options. Either with Fitzpatrick or Tulu. So here's what I would do. I would target Devontae Parker as my wide receiver 3, but I would be okay taking him as my wide receiver 2 as long as it's after the 5th round and I went super running back heavy, where I went I got my top 4, I got 4 running backs and 1 wide receiver, and then it's 5th round, Devontae Parker sitting there, and I'm like, well, I got to get a wide receiver 2. And he could be a bust, but he could be the same Devontae Parker magic that we saw last year. And you got to remember, I lost a championship last year because I panicked at the last minute and benched Parker, and I can't even tell you who I started instead. And I lost by a point. And Parker went off on week 16 for 26 points. I was an idiot. Don't do that. So I'm still on Parker. I'm just not drafting him as my number 1. He's in the kind of same boat as DJ Sharp, to be honest. So Preston Williams, I am drafting. I'm kind of considering it a sleeper. Targeting him like my wide receiver 4, 5, definitely after round 9. You want to that's your kind of your double digit round selection. That's going to be fun. Jarvis Landry has been activated off the PUP list. Good for him. Not really. Good good that he's healthy, but he's everybody's yeah, he's ready to go. I'm like, no, he's not. Longtime fan with Jarvis, not looking to really kind of target him in the draft. His hip surgery was major, so he's not going to be 100% all the season, and there's a possibility he's going to make himself work. So I love Jarvis. He's been such a great value fantasy wide receiver for a long time. I'm still high on OBJ this year, and and I just want to take a shot on Jarvis. I mean, unless it's like late double-digit round, I'm like talking like 11, 12, 13. I just don't think he'll fall there, and that's just a landmine somebody else can step on. I think one draft where mock drafted with a bunch of like real fantasy football players. I ended up drafting him in the 11th, and I felt okay with that. So, all right. So today we are going to, let's get this thing pulled up. We are going to draft the from the first position, and we are going to go. Let's get this thing going. Give me 1 second. All right. So here we go. I've got the first pick. So obviously, if you have the first position, I have several options that I like to think about. So you can go the standard options, which is McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, or Zeke Elliott, and that's the only three that I don't care if it's PPR or not, or half PPR, or if whatever reason standard. Like that's the only three that you could consider. Because I've actually thought about picking Zeke Elliott as my number one, McCaffrey as my 2, and Barkley as my 3, and I get a lot of hate mail for it, but what I'm actually going to do is do the right thing. I'm going to go McCaffrey 1. So, get a little flank here. So when you draft like the top 3 running back, you're basically getting a running back and a half, with the exception I may not consider. If you try to go like kind of stable, because Zeke is a very stable first round pick. If you go Zeke in your first 1 or 2, and I highly recommend you do that, he's not like a running back and a half like I would consider Barkley or McCaffrey. So, a lot of people say like, oh, I can grab, the number 1 tight end like a Kittle. I think Kittle's actually available right now. I'm not going to take him. Let's see who I have available. Aaron Jones, Todd Gurley. I like Aaron Jones here, to be honest. Look at my receivers real quick. Or Galladay. Now I'm at the turn, so I'm going to... Kittle's there too. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Jones, and then Kittle. So I got, with the way the things fell, I got 2 solid running backs. One of them has a little bit of a bust potential, but he's my running back 2. And I got the number 1 tight end. So it comes back around to me again. Let's just see what's going on with the rest of the board. Oh, I lost Odell a long time ago. Okay. Sometimes Odell falls to me in the 4th, and I like taking him even as my wide receiver 1. So I definitely need a wide receiver here. However, you always want to kind of check and see that Prescott still on the board, Kyler Murray is. Those are my 3 and 4 of the year. Running back, we're down to tier 4. By the way, I'm drafting on the Fantasy Pro mock draft website. It's one of my favorite ones right now, and I'll kind of check it up with other people as we go along the season. But Tyler Lockett, not a bad one. I may have put myself in a weird position here. So what do I want to do? Okay. Let's go risky. I'm gonna go Terry McLaurin, and I'm gonna reach down and grab DJ Shark. It's gonna be a long time it could come back to me, but those are good. Those are good wide receiver 2s that have wide receiver 1 upside. So I'm kind of hurting myself here, but I didn't realize that it would go that. Not going good at all for me right now. All right. Kareem Hunt, I'm not taking him. Not if I have McCaffrey. It's getting like really. Let's see what we got here. Michael Gallup, don't like him. Not this early. Marvin Jones, I do like him. So Devin Singletary, hey. Yeah, I think I'm going to draft Devin Singletary. I don't like that, but I don't have a choice. 6th round, Devin Singletary, like right there with Mark Ingram, and David Montgomery. Although they went much earlier than I would have taken them. So now because my running backs are solid, I'm probably not going to take another running back for a while, and I need somebody to really help. That's really going to help me break through. So Michael Gallup, I mean, I don't like any of the Dallas wide receivers this year. I mean, I'm kind of a Cowboys fan, but like it's just too concentrated. So, man, this fucking hurts. So I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna reach for Devontae Johnson, just because I need to do some reaching at the receiver position. So. We're going into the 8th round. You want to check on your quarterback. Let's see who we got. Oh, my nerves. He's not going my way. Matt Stafford is there. So once you hit Matt Stafford tier 3, because I love Matt Stafford. I love Ben. I may take a chance on Cam, so I don't need to waste that pick on them. So let's take a look at receivers again. Sterling Shepard, I'm fading on him. Hurts is there, but I've already got a tight end. John Brown's not a bad pick. Kind of a safe pick, too. I'm going to take John Brown here. I like John Brown. I think, with Devon Diggs getting there, he's going to open up some tight end, touchdown potential for him. So let's keep this party going. It's going to make it a fast draft. All right. Round 9. Do I take Stafford now? Jordan Howard's my running back forward. Nice. If anything would have happened. Trying to decide if, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and draft Anthony Miller. Maybe Jordan Howard comes back to me in 10. Doubtful, but he could. Yep, he didn't. Went in the next round. Oh, well. All right, here I'm going to go ahead and grab Stafford because he deserved it in the 10th. I may draft a quarterback, like a second one, but maybe not. Latavius Murray is available. No, we need receivers. I'm going to reach and grab, hold on, let me make sure. I think it's actually there. Ooh, not like that. I'll grab Latavius Murray right here and see who comes around to me. Thought about grabbing, let's see, hold on, I want to see how this pops out. Guys is on the board. They haven't updated. Alright, so yeah, Paris Campbell's here. I want to grab him there. That may be a little bit of a reach, but I'm fine with it. So we got Kittle, Stafford, go one more receiver. I don't mind. I'm gonna take Lazard. I think he's gonna surprise some people. And then like the last couple of rounds is gonna be the question is, do you go defense or kickers first? I always say whichever is the best. Like, for example, a lot of defenses going off the board, but defenses are just so hard to predict. I mean, a lot of times I just won't draft a defense, but I will grab a kicker because the kicker is kind of easy to predict. Let's see what kicker we have on the board. Both of the tier 1 kickers, like Will. I love Will over in New Orleans, so I'll grab him. And then just for the stakes, I love Denver Broncos. I'll go ahead and draft Denver Broncos. Normally I wouldn't. I would just draft somebody like a late round pickup. So let's see here. 96 out of 100. I did okay. Like, I was kind of panicking once if you look at what I have Matthew Stafford, Christian McCaffrey, Aaron Jones, Terry McLaurin, DJ Chark, George Kittle, Devin Singletary, Denver Broncos my defense, Will Lutz my kicker, Devontae Johnson, John Brown, Anthony Miller, Latavius Murray, Paris Campbell, and Alan Lazar. So it ended up not being bad. Like I think my receivers are a little weak. There could be a lot of bust potential there. Latavius Murray is a possible flex in and out if Devin Singletary doesn't do anything, and also if Kamara goes down, he get like a top 12 running back that week. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. 96 out of 100, not bad. So yeah, that's gonna be it for episode 3. Coming up, we will have more fantasy news, and I'm gonna be drafting from every position to see how we turn out. All right, have a good one, guys.